and I always do the test. Alright everybody, I've had a lot of questions on how do I pressure can. Well, in this quick or long video, I will show you how we do pressure canning. So first off, I want to show my canning display. Today we're going to be canning green beans. We're going to pressure can the green beans. We also have other items where we've canned pear sauce, tomato sauce, bone broth, pickles, a few other things. So we're going to grab our pressure canner, different than a water bath. Water bath is just a gigantic pot. Pressure canning, it has a pressure relief valve on it, a lot more sophisticated. So we show you how to do this. Alrighty, then lastly, you're going to need your mason jars. Alright, like I said, we are going to be doing green beans today. Right now I have a pot of water boiling. While that's working on boiling, I'm going to go ahead and clean the mason jars. These are brand new mason jars. We're still going to clean them. All I do is do some soap, some really hot water, screw this on, do a little shake, 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 and I'm going to go ahead and just clean the amount that I need for my green beans. Alrighty, so my mason jars are clean. This is the way I clean them. So these are nice and clean to how I like them. Any other bacteria in them, when I put them in the pressure canner, it's going to kill anyway. So I'm going to start with 4. If I need more, I'll go ahead and get those cleaned out. Alrighty, so a couple other tools that you're going to want. You're going to want a funnel. It's nice with these. These fit right inside the mason jars. You're going to want this. I will show you why later. And then something long and skinny. This will be to burp it, to get all the air out of it, so the cans don't explode when they're in the pressure washer, or when the jars in the pressure canner. Alrighty, so like I said, all of my jars are ready. I'm still waiting for the water to boil. And one thing that I use, it's kind of like my holy grail. So I have a pressure canner and cooker booklet here. This is where I go because I really don't remember everything. So we are doing green beans. That's going to be page 39. This will tell me, remove the stems, cut them into about 1-inch sections, which I did. Then it says, boil a pot of water, which I'm doing right here. Once it starts boiling, we're going to go ahead and throw the green beans in there, wait for it to start boiling again, and then we're going to set a 5-minute timer. We'll come back. All right, now that your jars are ready, they're super hot. I didn't go over the other steps. This is a level of assumption that you know how to do canning. So we got them all ready to go. The last thing we're going to do is going to fill our pressure canner with water. Mine calls for at least 3 quarts. And then we're going to go ahead and just grab the jars and put them right in there. Alrighty, and it's not that I don't want to tell you about everything. I already have a video on how to can green beans. Go check it out. Link is down below. You'll be able to see exactly what I did in more detail. Well, 1-ish minute. Alrighty, now it's nice and full. One last thing, we're going to go ahead and clean the rim with some vinegar. Go ahead and put that in. Move this out of the way and come over here. I'll show you what the canner looks like. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and put the last jar in. You see we only have 3 quarts of water. It hasn't started boiling yet. And here we go. This is probably the part that gets everybody freaked out. We're going to put the lid on and make it pretty simple. This one has an arrow. There's another arrow right there. That's where they meet up. So I'm going to put it like that. Twist it. And then we need to get our little pressure relief valve here. This will be the amount of pressure we put on it. This one comes with two of these. This is 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. So when I'm doing green beans, I'm doing 10 pounds at 20 minutes, meaning once this thing starts rocking, I'll show you, we'll start our timer. So now that it's closed, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and it's going to sit here for probably about 5 to 10 minutes. What's going to happen as it's going, this little valve right here is going to start going toot, 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 toot. That means pressure's starting to build up, and then it's going to go up. Once it's up, that means you cannot or should not open the lid. Then what's going to happen is soon this thing is going to start rocking, and you're going to see steam coming out. Again, once it's at a steady rock, we're going to go ahead and set our timer. We'll come back to that. And if you can hear it, maybe I'll put my mic a little bit closer. You can, oh, there we go. And just like clockwork, that was pretty cool. That valve starts popping up. So what I heard was it's starting to boil. Those jars are moving a little bit. And now that little guy is starting to go pss, 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 pss. Eventually, when it's reached pressure, it'll go pss and stay up. And it'll start sending the steam out the relief valve. There you'll see right there, a lot of water is building up, and you'll see steam coming through, and eventually, again, like I said, it'll just pop straight up. See, kind of moving. And there we go, it just popped straight up. And now again, it's going to stay there, and very soon, steam is going to start coming out of that guy right there. Okay, now, so while we're waiting for it to start rocking, super massive, most critical thing. Now, right now, this is in a danger state. As soon as that popped up, we do not want to try to open it. We also do not want to try to take this up. Sorry, take that off. Because steam is going to fly out. If you try to open this, it's just going to do bad stuff. So, once that it's up, do not open it until that goes back down. I'll show you later once it has cooled down. Alrighty, so we are starting to get into a rocking state. Right now, I'm going to start my timer. Alexa, 20-minute timer. Green beans, we're doing 20 minutes. Now, I don't want this to be rocking super fast. So, right there, a little bit. So I'm going to just turn down the fire just a little bit. We just want it to be a steady rock. If it's or slower than that, we'll adjust the temperature. There we go. And when the timer goes off, we're going to kill the heat. And then what I do next is pretty tricky. Some people might not agree with it or like it, or you just might not be able to do it, so don't do it. Just try to get it off the heat. So I'm going to gently slide it over to the burner that's not hot. And what we will do next is let this thing completely depressurize. Do not try to be a hero and take that off. Wait for that to drop down, and then we can twist it and get the jars out. Alrighty, here we go. So it just dropped, and what you could do now, you could try to lift this, and you see right now, it didn't come out with a lot of steam, and now this lid is ready to open. Alrighty, so when I lift this lid up, it's super, super hot. So just twist, lift it straight up, and get it out of the way. I go and put it in my sink right away. And there's our cans. So now we want to grab our little claw fingers here. I'm going to grab the jar, get it out, and put it over here. Put it on top of a rag because they're going to be super hot. Well, and there you go. You see they're bubbling like crazy, getting that seal. Try not to tilt them over or disrupt the lid. Keep the rings off. All right, so I'm editing this video right now, and I said keep the rings off. I meant to say keep the rings on. Otherwise, they will release, and it will be pretty devastating. So just leave them here, and I'm not going to touch them all night long. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to leave this. This thing is super hot. Alrighty, so you can see it's the next morning. We are down to 4 jars, and that's because one of them didn't seal. So now that they're all good to go, we're going to take the rings off, and I always do the test. Does it come out? No. One of them, the top was popping, and that's when we know it didn't seal. Alrighty, well, I'll pop it right there with the other green beans. Well, I hope this helped you learn how to preserve the food that you grow so that you can eat the food that you grow. Well, hey there again, everybody. I'm Matt the Garden Guy, and I make videos to help people grow the food that they eat. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you haven't already, I'd ask that you please consider subscribing to my channel here. And if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and a share. Until next time, keep growing, and I'll talk to you later. Hey, a couple other things. I know I said I was over, but if you're really wanting to get into canning and you're like, where do I get everything from? Down below in the video, I will have direct links to them on Amazon. I get a very small portion of that. That'll help me out, helps you out. Also, if you're like, man, you got some great stuff, where can I keep finding you? MattTheGardenGuy.com. Talk to you later.